Hey y'all, this is Scott with Becoming Superhuman, and we are continuing our journey of losing 30 pounds in 90 days, and my week 3 report is not good. So y'all, this week I gained 3 pounds, and that's the topic of today's conversation, y'all. I am a food addict, and I know that I have had comments in the past when I said that. Many of you say, oh, I identify with that. Yeah, that sounds about right. And then other people go, no, you're not an addict. You just don't have willpower. And if you go back to my video from last week where I talked about willpower, it's not a willpower issue. It's a discipline issue. So let me explain what happened to me this week. And y'all, that's all I want to do is share my journey with you and hope that it helps somebody. I'm not special. I'm not somebody, I lost 120 pounds, and a lot of people can't do that or haven't done that. And y'all, I didn't do that for 30 years. I was overweight, obese, and I went on a diet. I'd lose some weight, and I'd gain it right back. And, something locked in for me a couple of years ago. My why was big enough. I gained some knowledge that made me understand what food does inside my body. I committed to making a change because, y'all, what you're not changing, you're choosing. And I was choosing to be a fat man. And discipline, building discipline. And this past weekend, I spent a long weekend with my kids and their kids. So my kids and grandkids, if you would. And when you take me out of my carefully built, carefully constructed environment in my house, where I've chosen not to have any of these foods on hand that could set me back, I was in somebody else's house. And somebody that doesn't eat the same lifestyle I do. Now, don't get me wrong. They eat healthy. They're healthy people. They have not, though, cut out carbs and other things that I have had to do because they are healthy and they eat well and they eat good. But there was a lot of temptation around, and Scott broke down in 2 areas of the 4 areas that we talked about last week. Number 1, I broke down in my commitment. I put a stake in the ground 3 weeks ago and said, y'all, this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to do it. And then I broke down in discipline. I put up my guide rails and said, I'm not going outside of this and I'm not going outside of that. And for 3 days, I did. So what all did we do? The first thing, we went to eat at a nice Italian restaurant. And you know what Italian restaurants have? They've got pasta. I'm not a big pasta fan, typically. But I will say, went to a place called Partenope. So if you're in the Dallas, Texas area, specifically Richardson, there's a little restaurant there called Partenope. It's an old downtown Richardson area. And y'all, it's legit. It's like the best Italian food I have had outside of Italy, y'all. And so we ordered, I tried to be good. I'm keeping things real. I ordered meatballs. Y'all, my meatballs come out and they're gorgeous and they smell fantastic. They tasted wonderful. But they were served with 2 pieces of buttered garlic bread. Yeah. And I did well. Didn't eat it for a while. Kept that away. I'm like, okay, that's just not going to eat that. Eat the meatballs. My son-in-law, he ordered a pizza. And you talk about a fresh Italian pizza out of the wood-fired oven. Offered me a piece, and I'm thinking, well, okay. And that was, your brain plays tricks on you. It goes, you know what? It's okay. Just this once. Let's live a little. You've heard that, right? Let's not be so restrictive. I can have 1 piece of pizza. But my problem is, for me, I'm an addict. So once that dam breaks, the dam breaks, and it floods. And so I ate that piece of pizza. It was phenomenal. Best pizza I've had outside of Naples, Italy. And then my grandson, we were feeding him some pasta with butter and Parmesan. And y'all, he's 18 months old. I mean, that's That's what we ordered for him. And I took one bite of one of those noodles. Oh, y'all, I'm not a pasta guy. It was phenomenal. It was incredible. And I kept going back for little bitty bites here and there because he's not going to eat that big old serving of pasta. And so, yeah, I ate a little bit of pasta. And by this time, my brain's going, well, Scott, you've already blown it. You've already gone down that path. And those 2 pieces of garlic bread just look better and better and better. And the last thing I ate that meal were both slices of that garlic bread, buttered garlic bread. It was phenomenal. And it caused me to have issues the rest of the weekend. And I know that sounds like an excuse. That sounds like, oh, your brain, y'all, your mindset matters. When you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to get healthy, your mind will lie to you. It will cheat on you. It will tell you things that are not true. And so like the next day we go out to eat a Mexican meal. And y'all, Texas makes some pretty good Mexican stuff. And I ordered, again, I'm being good. I ordered the shrimp brioche, which is bacon wrapped shrimp. 6 pretty good sized pieces of shrimp wrapped in bacon, stuffed with jalapenos, and they were phenomenal. But you know what also they serve when you go to a Mexican restaurant? Yeah, chips and salsa. And my shrimp brioche came with a side of guacamole. Now, I could have eaten the guacamole with a fork, and I chose not to. So it was just one thing after another. All weekend, I would sneak into my daughter's pantry and go, oh, that looks pretty good. I haven't had that in a while. And Scott would eat a granola bar. And I'm use third person again. I'm trying not to do that as much, right? So I don't want to refer to myself in third person. Some people don't like that, evidently. But anyway, what I'm telling you is that food addiction is real. And once you have that taste, and it's 100% mental. It's 100% in your brain. Your body's not sitting there going, oh, if I don't have some pasta, I'm going to die. No, that's your brain talking to you. That's your mind. And so you have to have the right mindset. You have to recognize that you have these issues. And I think it's okay to say that we're food addicts. And it's not a willpower issue. It's a breakdown in the principles that we talked about last week. It's a breakdown in commitment. It's a breakdown in discipline. And y'all, discipline is not something that you are given. It's not something that you either have or you don't have. It's something you develop. And so here I am 3 weeks into this journey to lose 30 pounds in 90 days. And I broke down in discipline. I broke down in commitment. And I gained 3 pounds. And it's okay to talk about that. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this live, y'all. I'm going to share my failures as well as my successes. So yes, I believe that I'm a food addict, specifically carb-related foods that I cut out of my life. When I have them, my brain goes into overdrive and it starts going, I want some more of that. It's a dopamine hit. It is a rush. It is a flavor hit. Y'all, it tasted really, really good. I had a great weekend with my kids. Enjoyed spending time with them, but they're also the reason that I've made this commitment. They're also the reason that I'm trying to develop this discipline. And discipline's not built overnight. So there's going to be some setbacks. This week for me, took a setback in my discipline. I took a setback in my commitment. And so today, you know what we're doing? We're getting back on track. We're getting back on the train. We're getting back on the horse. Whatever phrase you want to use. And I think I shared this in a short maybe. When you're on the wrong train or on the wrong track, you get off as quick as you can and you go back the other direction. In the past, when I was losing 30 pounds, when I was losing 40 pounds, when I was on a diet, I would go off. I'd have a weekend like this weekend, and that weekend would turn into a week, and that weekend turned into a month, and that month turned into half a year. So get off the train that's going in the wrong direction as quickly as you can, because the further down the track it goes, the further you get away from where you want to be. And for me, that was 3 pounds. So the 3 pounds I lost in week 2, I gained back in week 3. Now, being in the keto, doing a keto type diet, a ketovore, low carb diet, most of that, y'all, is going to be water weight. I anticipate it coming off very, very quickly, but it'll take me a week to take that off. Maybe I might get 4 pounds this week. We'll see. We're going to keep an eye on that. I'm going to do the best I can. Anyway, I wanted to share with you guys that it's okay to admit addiction. It is okay to admit that you don't have the discipline that you need yet, and you have to keep working on that discipline. You have to continue to build that discipline. So anyway, short video this week. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Love you. Hang in there with me. Let's see where this goes. Write comments down below. Let me know what you struggle with. Let me know, the things that cause you to get off tracks and what you do to get back on. We're a community, and we need to share with other people our journeys, and I think that helps everybody. And that's the only reason I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm not doing this, y'all, it's a lot of effort, but I believe it's worth it. I believe if this helps one person, 2 people, 5 people, that it's something I should do, because it has changed my life dramatically, and I believe it can change yours as well. So that's all I've got. Love you guys. Peace out.